It's another day of the election petition hearing. This is day 40 of the, this is day 40 since the petition hearing, or the petition was filed. Now we do know that the decision would be made in 42 days based on what the Supreme Court itself has decided and based on the rules. Today is very critical. Rojo Metonunu of the NDC would finally have his day in court via video link. And this is, of course, because that was not successful the last time the court sat on Friday. We're going to go into the courtroom now, where 6th John Ulo has been observing and returns with this report of proceedings of Monday.
When did you realize that mistake?
I haven't finished answering the question, please. Your Lord, I haven't finished answering the question.
You are not to repeat your statement. Just answer the questions and let's move on, please. I'm asking the questions. You were in that secretariat for close to 3 hours. Is that not so?
Because I was told to wait.
Answer the question.
I was told
in that secretariat for close to 3 hours.
I was told to wait, and it is for that reason that I was shown the reception area to her office, and I kept on waiting until 10. She asked me to wait for her in her office reception.
And even whilst there, you were offered tea and biscuits, not so?
I was offered tea. I wasn't offered any biscuits.
Order.
This is how the Supreme Court spent half of its day on Monday, February 8, hearing former President John Mahama's third witness in the election petition case. The witness, Robert Joseph Metil-Nunu, had to respond to more questions on the contentious summary sheets.
In one vein, you are telling the court that I made a mistake in signing some of the forms. In another vein, you said, I do not want to put spokes in the words, so I signed the forms. Tell this court, because you have signed quite a number of forms, 13. Tell this court, which ones did you sign making mistakes, and which ones did you sign not wanting to put spokes in the words?
Upper West region, I signed on the face of the summary without any confirmation of the constituency results that make up that summary. But I signed that one. That's Upper West region.
Go to the next region.
Northern region. Northern region, I had problems with that one. I had problems with Northern region.
So you didn't certify that one? You didn't certify Northern region?
I was taking up issue with the EC.
You did not certify Northern region. Please answer the question. You did not certify Northern region. Is that correct?
No, I did not certify Northern region.
So let's go to the next.
Very well. Ahafo.
Yes, we are waiting for you.
I certified Ahafo without having full access to the relevant constituency summary sheets that led to this summary.
Mr. Metil-Nunu was also grilled on Mrs. June Mensah's alleged directive that led to him and his colleague leaving the National Coalition Center.
When did you leave the strong room for the second time on the 9th?
I left the strong room. The first time I left the strong room was when the EC sacked me from the strong room. That was the first time I left the room.
When was this?
The EC sacked me from the strong room.
When was this?
It had never happened before.
When was
In
this?
previous elections, I stayed there for 72 hours.
When was this?
That I left the strong room for the second time.
For the second time, that's what I'm asking you.
I left the strong room the second time to seek audience with the electoral commissioner. Come again.
The time of the day.
It was somewhere between 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock.
On what day?
But you have already said it's on the 9th. It's on the 9th.
Well, if you are being rude, it's to the court, not to me.
But the EC's lead counsel insists the witness was hiding behind the petition to cover up his failings as a representative of the petitioner at the National Collation Center.
In order to hide your shortcomings, you went to the petitioner and to your party faithful and fed them on truths. I'm putting that to you.
My lords, it is your client that you are representing. It is your client that is being untruthful.
Lead counsel for President Akufo-Addo, on the other hand, had questions. All the same, the petitioner closed his case.
By court, PW3 is discharged as a witness.
Most grateful. That is the end of our case.
Okay. By court, the case for the petitioner is closed. Yes. Yes.
Then the bombshell dropped.
Giving the evidence of the petitioner's witnesses and the cross-examination so far. And the cross-examination so far of those witnesses. My lords, speaking for the first respondent. Yes, my lords, it is the first respondent's case that we do not wish to lead any further evidence, and therefore we are praying that this matter proceeds.
For the many, including the petitioner who were waiting with bated breath to have the EC chief in the witness box, this was disappointing.
At that point, they elected to submit a witness statement. Now, that witness statement is not yet in evidence. That is true, but this is referring to an election. The point of election came at the point of the case management, and we are respectfully submitting that this witness cannot run away from cross-examination when they have elected. My Lord, when they have elected, that is the point.
And the bench equally needed clarification.
Compelling someone to testify a human rights question.
Also, my lords, I'm sorry. My lords, this is new territory. I mean, I have to think of it because frankly,
nobody can compel a party to testify.
My lords, frankly, I have to give considerable thought. In fact, yes, I have to give considerable thought to what you're saying. That you're not.
As I'm sitting here, I'm reviewing this whole thing.
Yes.
I mean, nobody can compel a party to testify.
My lord,
that's a very basic rule.
My lady, as I said, I mean, your ladyship has been part of a ruling in this court which said the right to vote is part of the directive principles of state.
For now, the parties would have to battle out the law on their respective positions.
We don't want lengthy answers. Please, what we want you to do is to prepare, come and address us on it tomorrow.